Hey everyone, it's Angel again. I am back. Yes, it's me. It's Angel. I'm totally back. I know I've been gone for a really long time. I will get into that in this video about what's been going on, give you guys a good update as much as I can about why I've been gone, to all 5 of you left who are watching. But let's do some art. I haven't done art in a really, really long time, believe it or not. I've been doing a lot lately, but I haven't been doing a whole lot of art, and that may be why I'm in the state of mind that I'm in, which I will get into. But if you watch my channel regularly, or used to while I was, posting regularly, you will recognize this is my silly book. It's basically a book that I can do whatever the F I want in, and which I have, and I keep telling myself, so this was the last thing that I did, and I posted this on my Instagram. This little sticker's coming up. Let me put a little glue on that while I'm in here. I posted this on my Instagram, and the chaos of all this is totally representative of where my brain is right now, where my mind, my state of mind, my emotional state, my mental state is right now. It's been a crazy couple of months, to put it mildly. Yeah. But on the bright side, I started a new silly book, so I guess I should call this my volume 2 silly book until I can find a better name to call it, but I haven't really been working in it very much, just kind of, doodling. I glued a couple of things in it, some funny doodles. So this should kind of represent exactly what I've been dealing with, kind of. It says, carry your own fucking baggage. My arms are full of my own, excuse my curse words, My daddy was a sailor, and we really weren't allowed to say cuss words but growing up, but I've got a potty mouth, what can I say? So anyway, let me find a page that I want to work in, because I do want to do some art today, and as I go along, I can kind of update you guys about where the hell I have been. I've been right here. But it's just been, without going into too much detail, which I am totally an open book, and if you were sitting in front of me, person to person, I would totally tell you where I've been and, why I've been gone for so long from my channel, because I do love my channel. I do love making videos, making art videos for this channel, but I don't want to violate somebody else's privacy. But basically, I have not been in a good place emotionally. The month of July and the entire month of July was a very, very difficult, probably one of the worst months of my entire life. And I really can't go into it because, like I said, it will violate somebody else's privacy that I care about so deeply, and I don't want to do that. And I'm sure eventually, as I get more into this channel, I will tell you guys, or it will reflect in the art that I plan to make. So, but let's just get into the art, guys. Do a little something today. Get out of the funk that I've been in. Well, I wouldn't say that I'm in a funk anymore. Like I said, the month of July, with the exception of my birthday, which I actually did have a very, very good birthday. My birthday was July 21, and I turned 41, y'all. It was a really good birthday I had, but the rest of the month, other than my friend's visit, my best friend came to visit me right after the 4th, and we had such a nice time. But I want to say the rest of the month was just, it was awful. it was just awful for me emotionally, and I hate not being able to talk about things, you know, because like I said, I am an open book, and I don't believe in keeping secrets. I think secrets are awful. I think secrets can really destroy a part of you, I think. You know, like dark secrets. And I'm not talking about privacy. Like, privacy is like, your friend told you that, she's going through a bout of depression. You're not going to go around and tell everybody else, like, Gina is depressed, or something like that, because you're going to respect her privacy. But what I mean when I mean secrets, I mean like the dark, dirty kind that just like fester and sit in your heart and cause, pain. I don't like keeping secrets, but this is one that I have to keep, and it was such an awful thing to have happen and to have been exposed to, that it put me in the worst depression and anxiety that I have ever been. And let me tell you, I have been through cancer, like 2 cancer scares. Like, luckily the second one, it ended up not being cancer, and I'll get into that also. I'm having my coffee, y'all. Let's chat. But yeah, this particular thing that happened that caused me to be gone for so long, and you wouldn't even know it. If you looked at my Instagram, you wouldn't even know it, because that's how good I am at kind of, the old saying, fake it till you make it. Like, I've always been really good at smiling through my tears, even though I do wear my heart on my sleeve. But anyway, yeah, see, I'm going to start crying again. So all I'm going to say is that I went through a really rough time, and I'm back now, and I'm ready to, I'm ready to do art again. I'm ready to get back to the business of being happy again. I had really awful insomnia, which I'm still dealing with. I have bad anxiety. I mean, I know, like, that's kind of like, those of us who have anxiety, we're all a dime a dozen, right? But what a lot of people don't get is that anxiety is a form of depression. I mean, if you have anxiety, then you're like nodding your head right now. Like, yeah, anxiety is a form of depression. And it's like, I'm just getting some random things. But anyway, let's make this the sun. So she's sunbathing, and then that will be our sun, right? Yeah. So basically, yeah, I just really went through a rough time. That's all I can say. And I'm sorry that I didn't even, there were a few people who left me really nice messages asking if I was okay, and sent me messages asking if I was okay. And I even got like a couple of people on my Instagram, asking if I was okay. And the best I could come up with was to say that I've been unwell, and that's the truth. I have been unwell, just not like, I haven't been sick. I mean, I was emotionally sick, but I wasn't physically sick. But I'm back now, and eventually I will tell you guys what happened when I'm ready to. But right now, like, I can't without, like I said, violating somebody else's privacy, and I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. But yeah. I'm sorry, I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah. So I do have some good news. So here's some good news. So, I don't know if I've mentioned this. I probably haven't. I probably hinted at it. But like, so it's kind of a long story, but for the past couple years, I had been having very, very painful like times, you know, very painful cramps whenever I would get my period, like painful enough for me to like so much pain that I'm actually passing out, like fainting from the pain. And or if it wasn't as bad as passing out, then I was in bed and I couldn't get out of bed and I couldn't even move, and no pain medication, you know, would do anything about it. And I really didn't think anything of it other than, oh, like I have, you know, painful periods. Where can I put this? I'll put this here. It's just paper scraps. And then one day, Bizou, stop it. So one day, last year, my husband and I, this is when I was still living in Florida, my husband and I we rode our bikes to the beach, you know, with our dog. Well, we only had one dog at the time, and we ended up leaving early because I told him that I wasn't feeling good, like my stomach was hurting. I just thought that, you know, maybe I ate something bad or something like that, but then it turned on the way home riding my bike, it turned into a full-fledged, like, horrible cramps. And I ended up, like, so my husband was ahead of me because he had the dog, like, our dog is a Jack Russell, well, both of them are Jack Russells, and they can fit into a backpack. So since we only had the one Mouser, he would put the backpack in front of him and just hold on to him so that, you know, Mouser could, you know, come on the bicycle with us, because he, you know, we got him one of those little trailers, but he hated it. He didn't want to go in it. And I just think that he just felt more secure in, you know, in a little backpack with my husband, his hero. So, so Carl was ahead of me, and usually I might lag behind to take a picture of something, or, you know, I don't know. So, but he was ahead of me, and he thought that I was just right behind him. And I was in so much pain that I had to stop riding my bike. And I ended up having to call 911. And, you know, by the time the ambulance came, because I was just in so much pain. It was, at this point, it didn't feel like a horrible period cramps. It seriously was excruciating pain. Like, I seriously thought that I was going to die, you know, or, you know, that it was like, you know, something. So maybe I want to put this like that. I know what I want to do. So I'm going to cut this into like a sun. Bizou, you better not be doing anything bad. I'm sure you are. So, yeah, that's cool. So, anyway, I ended up having to call 911. By the time the ambulance got there, because I was like telling them, like, please hurry up. I am about to pass out. I am in excruciating pain. Like, I think they probably thought that I had heat exhaustion or something like that. But as it turns out, when I got to the ER, like, by the time my husband came back, you know, looking for me, because he thought that I was right behind him, and when he turned around and he saw that I wasn't behind him, he thought, oh, because there was like, this is Florida, and there's birds everywhere, and there was an osprey eating a fish, like, nearby, and so he thought, oh, she must have stopped to go take a picture of that osprey, because that is totally the sort of thing that I would do. So he came back, and, you know, the ambulance was there, and they told him what was going on. So I guess at that point my blood pressure was really high, and, you know, I was crying. I was just about to lose consciousness because I was in so much pain. So when I got to the ER, as it turns out, what they told me, they couldn't confirm it, because, you know, they can never confirm anything. They're always like, you know, we can't confirm it, but it appears to be. They always use that kind of language. They said that it appeared to be a cyst, and a cyst on my ovary that had burst. And so, I don't don't know if I'm doing this right. I want to make it look like a sun. So, so that's what happened, was there was a cyst. They didn't say exactly that it burst, but they said it looked like that's what was going on, because there were two cysts. One of them was really big, and on my left ovary, and there was fluid around it, and so of course I needed to have that checked out. So, you know, they gave me some pain medicine, sent me home. You know, by that time I was feeling better, thankfully. And when I followed up with my OBGYN, you know, they did the whole routine ultrasound, blood work, and all that stuff. And then I got a phone call from her saying that I needed to come back. And you know what? You know how it is when it's like they don't give you any details over the phone? When it's like, oh, well, the doctor just wants to talk to you. You know, you need to come back in. We need to reschedule you to come in. You know, doctor wants to talk to you. So I knew that there was something wrong. And apparently there's this protein in your blood that they look for when you have like tissue around your reproductive parts. And it's non-conclusive, but it does kind of make your doctors think like, or it does kind of make your doctor want to explore a little bit further. And I think it's called C150 or C125, something like that. And it could possibly mean ovarian cancer. But it could also just mean endometriosis. But with my history with cancer, because I've had thyroid cancer, which I know that the two are totally non-related. But with my history, you know, my doctor thought it was best that I figure things out. So I ended up having to go to the Mayo Clinic, or they were actually, no, before I went to the Mayo Clinic, they were watching it because they wanted to see if it was going to grow or stay the same size, or, you know, so they were going to use the ultrasound that I had at the ER as kind of like a baseline, wait a couple months, see if it, you know, if there was any changes to it, if it got smaller or bigger or whatever, and, you know, and then we would decide from there. So that's what happened. I think there were no changes, but because of that protein, I guess, I think it's a protein that I don't know if it's C125 or C150. If you're in, like, you know, if you're listening and you know what that is, like, chime in here for me. So here's our sun. I wish I had some, well, I have this copper. Do I have a gold? I feel like I bought a gold recently, but oh well. Let's just glue that down. I'm gonna glue that down. Should I put that here? Because then the rays can go, yeah, I'm gonna put that right there. Okay. So anyway, she recommended that I go to the Mayo Clinic since I was in Florida, and you know, where I was living, that was going to be the best option for me, you know. And I always told myself, just because I have a history with cancer, I always told myself, like, if something like this were to happen to me again, I'm going to the Mayo Clinic. So that's what I did, and they recommended that I have an MRI. And then, so this is all going on throughout the year. This was going on like when I started doing art on this channel. And that is what, I'll show you. That is what this page was all about time. Because, you know, when I was like thinking, oh my God, please not another cancer, you know, especially not on my ovaries, my female parts, my baby making parts that make me a woman, you know. And I just was like, I don't know. So it just made me think about time and like how much time we waste and how much time we think we have that we do not have. And, so that's what all this was about. This was the door to either heaven or hell. Meaning heaven that I don't have cancer and I can just be healthy, and hell if I had cancer again. So anyway, I know this is taking me forever to tell this story, but anyway, so I ended up not having the MRI because then my husband and I found out that we were moving to Dallas, and I was like, because both the cancer specialist so he was a gynecological oncologist, top guy, best guy in Florida as far as I'm concerned. He told me, based on what I see, even though I hadn't had the MRI, he was like telling me, based on what I see, I really don't think that you have cancer, but we do need to follow this up. But because I was like in the middle of like moving, I was just like, I really can't deal with this right now. And I know that is I would so not recommend anybody to do that, to put, like, if you think you're in the middle of a cancer scare, to put it off because you're moving. But at the time, I just was like, I just can't deal with like, with this. So I just decided, okay, both of my doctors are telling me there's no sense of urgency and it's not likely that I have, any kind of cancer. It's just likely, they were telling me it's highly likely to be endometriosis. We really don't think that you have cancer. We're just, doing all of the things that we're doing and recommending all the things that we're recommending as a precaution. So I just decided to put it off until after I moved here. And that's exactly what I did. So, this is taking longer than I wanted. So I just want to make some sun rays on her. I know, like, most people are getting ready for fall, and here I am still in the middle of summer, but that's where I am. I'm always in summer. It's perpetual summer for Angel. Anyway, so as soon as I got here to Dallas, I decided, well, I got it on my finger, might as well go with it. I decided, okay, I'm here now, I've unpacked, I'm comfortable now, let me take care of business. So I went to the Texas Presbyterian Cancer Center, whatever, to see another gynecological oncologist. And he told me the exact same thing, because I had all of my records faxed over. He told me the exact same thing that the other two doctors had told me. So what we did was we decided, like, let's start fresh. We did an ultrasound, and he said, let's do an ultrasound. Let's wait 2 months, and we'll do another one, and then we'll see, where we are from there, and then we'll decide. And at that point, I kind of had decided, because it was causing me so much pain, that even if it was just a cyst, I was just going to go ahead and have it removed, which meant that I was going to have my ovary removed. And that was really hard for me to come to that, because even though every doctor, any doctor is going to say you can live with one ovary, you can have a baby with one ovary. And I've decided not to have children. Even though I can change my mind any moment. I'm getting to the point where it's kind of like, she's getting a little too old. But at 41 now, I just turned 41. I just don't think that, if I haven't done it yet, it hasn't happened for me yet. I'm not going to say, it's never going to happen. I just think that it's probably not a good idea at my age. It's not like I'm so old, but I just don't see how it would be a very good idea to complicate my life, even further at 41 when, when you're in your 40s, I feel like that's when well, to me, that's when I planned to be the most happy and to be, kind of the most free, whether I had children or not, because, in your 20s, you're young and you're having a good time. Your 30s, you kind of figured out who you are, and it's a good, at least for me, I kind of figured out who I was. I was a little bit more confident in who I was. And, and now that I'm in my 40s, it's kind of like, I'm like, you know what? I can tell anybody that I want to F off, and I do not care. Like, I don't worry about what people think of me anymore. Like, I've always been comfortable in my skin, but I'm even more comfortable in my skin because it's kind of like, I'm in my 40s now. It's been there, done that. And I like it. I like it. I would not trade it, for any youth elixir in the world. I just wish that I had the same energy level that I had. Anyway, so let me get to the end of this long friggin' story. My goodness. So when I went back for my follow-up ultrasound, the tech's not supposed to do that, but the tech that was doing it, she was like, I think you're going to get good news at your follow-up appointment because this is looking smaller than what was on the results from before. And, cancer doesn't shrink. So I was crossing my fingers, but, I've never been the type to count my chickens before they hatch. But the next day I went for my follow-up, and that's exactly what they told me. They said it's looking like it's just a cyst because it's shrunk. Now we can officially breathe a sigh of relief. We know for sure it's not cancer because cancer doesn't shrink. Because I think it was like something like 4 centimeters, at the time that they took it, and then now it's like 3.2 or something like that. So he was just saying what it looks more like to him with the clear picture that they had in this ultrasound. It looked like it was a cyst, a very big cyst, a very painful one that blood got in, and that was maybe the fluid that they were seeing when it had burst, and so it eventually will probably heal on its own, but that's what was going on. And it was such a sigh of relief, it was such a sigh of relief. And so yeah, I'm good to go. I am healthy as a horse. and yeah. So I know it took me forever. It took me forever to tell you guys that. Bisou, what are you doing? So I was waiting for that news to make another decision because I was wanting to get a cosmetic procedure, but I wanted to make sure that I was healthy enough, to do something cosmetic. And let me tell you guys, I had been waiting since I turned 40, and it's not because of I got breast implants. It's not because I was uncomfortable with my body. I totally was never uncomfortable with my body, but when I turned 40, I just thought, I'd love to have, breast implants from my 40s. I've always been proud of my A cups and happy with my A cups. They were small and powerful, y'all. But yeah, I just wanted a change, and so once I got the okay, I went ahead and found a doctor that board certified, of course, good reputation, great work, safe, and I went ahead and found a doctor that I felt comfortable with, and I did it, y'all. So I'm just healing now from that. So that happened. So tomorrow is Friday. Today's Thursday. This will probably go up sometime this weekend. But I got them on the 18th, which is exactly 7 days ago. And yeah, so here I am. I'm still healing from them. I feel great. It was a 24-hour, they have this 24-hour recovery program kind of thing. where you're up and at 'em within 24 hours. And I thought that was BS, but let me tell you, it was not. I don't know why I'm making the sun rays so dark, but just bear with me for a minute. Okay, so I had to pause, and I had to let this kind of dry, but I did find the gold paint that I bought at Target a while back ago, and I want to use that. So yeah, if you're judging me, don't judge, because I got my boobs done. Like I said, I've always been comfortable in my own skin. I mean, I grew up in Florida on the beach, so it's kind of like you're kind of forced to. And I love my body. But like I said, I just wanted to change. And I got the okay from both my doctors. Well, I've got a few doctors, all of my doctors. And yeah. So I know some people don't approve of that kind of thing. I'm all for anything that a person wants to do to improve their looks or their feelings, or, you know, if you're not hurting anybody and you're not hurting yourself. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend, you know, doing it. I wouldn't say, yeah, well, yeah, every woman should go do it. But I'm certainly glad that I did. The only regret that I have is that I waited, you know, so long. But in a way, I think it's a good thing that I waited so long, because I did them when I already felt good about myself, you know. And I think, to me, that's what being in my 40s really is, because I'm kind of like, I know myself, and I'm proud of myself. I love myself a lot more. And I know some people would say, like, you know, well, how can you truly love yourself if you're going and changing, you know, a part of yourself? Well, I didn't change it because I didn't like them. I loved them. They were great. You know, like I said, I had A cups and they were beautiful, y'all. But I just wanted to change, you know. I just did. And it'd been something that I had been thinking about for a really, really long time. And yeah. So I wasn't even planning to talk about that here, but so like I have this little squirrel. I don't know if I want the squirrel here or not, but I don't know. I kind of like our little squirrel. And then I have this that I've been using a lot. I've been using this vine a lot. I probably should have put the vines, you know, like behind her, but I really want a green, but I don't think I have a good green. Let's see if this green is gonna be good. So anyway, so yeah, that's my update. I mean, I have a lot more to update. Oh, one thing that I did forget to tell you guys was like, oh yeah, another one, blah. So one thing that I forgot to tell you guys while I was talking about, you know, my you know, ovarian cyst kind of story was one of the, oh, I gotta pause. Okay, so I had to pause again because these two puppies here started barking bloody murder as usual. There you go. But I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna go with it. All I did was put some stamps of this vine here, which really don't add much to my little spread or anything that I'm trying to do artistically on this page. But you know, this is my silly book volume 2, and that's what this is for, just for kind of doing nothing, being silly in, having a little bit of art therapy, a little bit of chatting. And that's all I wanted to do today. I really wasn't planning on telling you guys about my breast implants, but I figured I would, because like I said, I am an open book. I know some people don't approve of that kind of thing, and I'm really sorry. Well, sorry, not sorry, if anybody who is watching might think like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, it's not a good idea, or whatever. Or if you happen to be a younger woman, a teenager, I would recommend, if you're gonna do something, to do it the way I did, and do it because you think it's going to enhance your life. Like what I want for women is for us to, and this is hard, is for us to just love ourselves the way we are. And it's kind of like, think of yourself as, a sundae or something like that. And you're delicious and beautiful just the way you are, or you're just adding a little sprinkle on top. If that makes any sense. And and I want to go back to like when I was talking about the fact that I had decided, not to have children at my age. It's not even exactly, because of my age. Actually, I mean, age is a big part of it. It's like, I'm going to put this little squirrel here, even though I know it doesn't go with, but this is my silly book, and nothing goes with. It's like nothing goes with, but everything goes with, and I want that there, and I'm going to put that there. But another reason that I decided not to have children is because I did have a pregnancy once, and I told you guys about this. So if you've heard this before, you're like, yeah, heard it. But for anybody who hasn't heard this or heard me talk about this, and I'm very candid about it, because it's a big part of why I am the way I am today. Back when I still wanted to have children, I was trying, and I did have a pregnancy, and I was so happy about it, and I couldn't wait, for this baby to arrive. But unfortunately, I had a miscarriage, and it just emotionally devastated me. I mean, to this day, I cry about it when I think about it. I don't mind talking about it, but I hated that I couldn't share my grief with people, because, there were a lot of people in my life who didn't even know that I was pregnant, because, because most pregnancies, well, a lot of pregnancies end in miscarriage. And so you're kind of encouraged by society, I guess, not to tell people that you're pregnant until you're after, you've reached the past the danger zone, so to speak. And I found out at about 3 months along that my baby's heart had stopped beating, and it really just emotionally devastated my husband and I. And there was a time that I thought I might try again, but the more I thought about it, the more I just felt like it wasn't a good idea. Even though I was healthy enough to try again if I wanted to, I just don't think that I could handle that happening to me again. And I know, like, there's going to be some of you out there thinking, like, you really shouldn't live your life in fear. And I'm not living my life in fear. I'm not afraid. Like, it's just something about myself that I know. Like, I know that if something like that were to happen to me again, it would emotionally destroy me. It would absolutely emotionally destroy me, and I don't want that. And so I just think that it was better for me. I mean, it sounds like I'm saying, like, oh, I gave up. I did not give up. I just made a choice for myself that was better than the alternative. And I've had decisions made for me my entire life. I grew up in a very strict military home. My father was very strict. and he did, he was a good father. He's still a good father to me. But my father was very strict, and he was definitely the head of the household, and he did everything for me and my sisters and my brother and my mom. He made all of the decisions. He did everything for us. And then, of course, I married a man who adores me and does everything for me, just about. But when it comes to, because I had grown up in such a strict home where decisions were made for me, whether I was, okay with them or not, like when it comes to like my health and my body and my life, I am very adamant that I am the one who will make any decision that has anything to do with my life, And I want to make these like part of the sun. Let's make this like the rays. But yeah, we're kind of deep today, aren't we? We're talking about cancer. We're talking about babies. We're talking about secrets. We're talking about boob jobs. Good Lord. If you're still there and you're still like, still my friend, like, leave me a comment below. Let me know that you're still my friend. Because I wouldn't blame you if you were like, oh God, I can't with this girl. She's crazy. So what? I am crazy, but it's the good kind of crazy, right? Anyway. I'm almost done here, and then, you can decide whether or not I have, earned your viewership or not. Your continued viewership. If you're still watching and, you're still here after, the long pause that I took, I just want to say thank you so much, because I know I was gone for a really long time. But it was a break that I needed. I mean, it was a, hey, there's no reason to cry, okay? It was a break that I wasn't planning to take, and I didn't need to take, but it was definitely a break that needed to happen. And I'm glad that it did, because I'm in a good place now. And yeah, it's good to be in a good place, Wait, let me put this, let me do it like that. Do this. And yeah, there we go. So I'm going to Florida. I'm going back to Florida. My sister's getting married, and I'm going back to Florida in October, the first week of October, and my husband and I are hoping that we can go on a vacation somewhere, the two of us, sometime soon. I don't know when. The holidays are sneaking up on us. I already see some of the art channels that I watch. They're already making their, their Christmas junk journals and stuff. And here I am doing, sunbathing and summer themes and that kind of thing. So I feel like I want to emphasize the sun a little more. Maybe some glitter glue. Maybe some glitter. Yeah, let's try glitter and see. Let's see where we... Hopefully I have enough to go around the entire sun here. This is like Elmer's glitter glue that I got at... I think I got it at Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure I did. It takes forever to dry, which I hate, but oh well. But yeah, since I mentioned my sister's wedding, I still have to get like a dress to wear. And her, like the colors that she chose are, navy. That's, she wants, because I'm the matron of honor. Which means I have to do a toast, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to be really good at that kind of thing, but, I hate weddings. I have to tell you guys, I hate weddings. That's why I didn't have one. My husband and I eloped. And I am thankful that that's what we did, because I did not. Let's try this. This might be fun. It's like the really strangest color scheme. Well, no, I don't want this one. I thought I had a green one. Let's do green, yeah. I don't really feel like the glitter did too much. I feel like I don't know. I probably should have used something a little, I don't know, brighter for the sun. And this is just the strangest color scheme. I know that, but see, just doing this, even though like it doesn't really, you know, artistically say anything, I don't think. I mean, maybe it does. I'm sure to somebody it does. I mean, it kind of does to me. You know, it's still warm here in Texas. It's very hot. I have to exercise my dogs every day, and they love to swim. So we're out at the pool. We're in, you know, in the backyard, in the pool every day. Of course, not lately, because I can't swim yet until my stitches heal. But yeah, I'm feeling really good though. I'm really surprised at how, like, you know, when my sister had hers, of course she had hers done like, oh gosh, I don't even know how many years ago. 20 years ago, probably? Right? Probably, yeah, 20 years ago. Around 20 years ago, she was in bed for 2 weeks. You know, and like most people that I know who have had, you know, breast surgery, they talk about how, like, you know, when they wake up, they felt like a ton of bricks had just fallen on, you know, on their chest. And I honestly, like, I don't feel that way. I mean, they definitely need to heal. I'm taking, like, all I'm taking is ibuprofen, guys. Like, you know, if you're out there and you're thinking about getting them done and you want to know who my doctor is, let me know. I will, like, tell you, because, like I said, they have a 24-hour recovery, and it's no joke, you know. It's absolutely no joke. Like, I went out to eat that night, you know. I mean, I'm not going to say I wasn't in pain. I was in a little bit of pain, but really it just felt like a pulled muscle. Like, you know, that's really what it felt like, you know, that I had done like a bunch of push-ups. And, you know, the only thing that I can complain about right now is my skin is needing to stretch a little more. I feel like I'm kind of done. Maybe I will do like this, yeah. Because I really want it to look like a sun, and I feel like that doesn't really look like a sun. And then I'm finished. So, but yeah. I hope you guys like this little piece and my video. I really needed to do this, you know. I've got a lot of stuff coming up. I wanted to do an ephemera hunt today. There's a really good estate sale going on right now, and they've got, like, when I looked at the pictures on estatesale.net, they've got like old school, like Victorian looking ephemera, you know. But and I wasn't planning on even buying anything. I just wanted to go so that I could film a video. But I just feel like I need, you know, I need a little bit more time before I can do that. But I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready to go on another ephemera hunt. There's some good ones coming up, and I feel like fall is kind of when some of the good ones are going to happen, because, you know, people kind of start getting rid of things before Christmas, you know. So I plan to do some more ephemera hunt videos. I have this, so I'm just going to consider this done. I really like it. I feel like I need something here, and I'm going to put the date here, but there's glue. There's like some stick glue there that's not exactly dry yet, but I really like this piece. I think it's cute. It's kind of like, you know, let the sun rain down and kiss my body. I think. Let's write that down. Let the sun rain down and Well, how does the sun rain? The sun doesn't rain. Let's just put it down and kiss my body. Anyway. Yeah, so I've got a lot of fun things coming up, some more fun things coming up. When my best friend was here visiting, this is my East Coast best friend. I've got two very best friends in the whole world. One lives on the East Coast, the other one lives on the West Coast. I am smack dab in the middle in Dallas, Texas, y'all. Yeah. Which actually is a great place to be for me, I think. I love Dallas. I'm counting down the days to when I can be on a beach again. I love the ocean. I miss the ocean. So I really don't plan, neither my husband or I plan to or want to stay in Dallas forever, but it's home for now. Eventually we would like to move, to where we can be on the beach again, but for now we're okay. But while my best friend was here, we went to the Dallas Museum of Art. I would totally recommend that to anybody visiting Dallas. They had such a good exhibit recently where they had a bunch of Frida Kahlos and a really good, Mexican art exhibit. And they've got a lot of good classic pieces there, as their regular collection. And so even if they're not having anything that you're interested in, like an exhibit that you're interested in, I think it's a great place to go. So if you're ever in Dallas, totally go. But I got this. Well, I got some washi tape that, at the gift shop there that you can color in, which I haven't really played around with yet, and I will eventually. It was expensive. It was like $4.99 for this tiny little bit, but the thing that I'm really happy that I got, and I don't remember how much it cost. Well, it says $16.95, but I feel like it was maybe on sale. But I got this little painting journal, prompted painting journal, and this is feels like good watercolor paper, or paper that will take watercolor really well. But it has different things that, it tells you to paint. A Persian rug, a model airplane, a snowy field, spots, waves, a color wheel. And so I haven't even done anything in it. And I can't wait to get into it. And I'll probably do, some of these on camera. So yeah, so look for that. I'll be doing an ephemera hunt soon, again, really soon. That seems to be what everybody likes. Of course, some more junk journaling. I'm going to make another mini. I've got my little CVS brand Claritin box ready to make another little mini journal. And I still have my Honey Bunch journal. This one, where is it? This one that I have not worked in. I don't even know how long. I don't even remember the last thing that I did in here. But yeah, so I've got that I can't wait to work in, and this is specifically for all of my vintage and antique ephemera that I have. So I'll be working in that. Oh, look at that, I did that. I don't think I did that on camera, but yeah, awesome. You see, I love it when I forget that I've done something and then I see something that I've done and I'm like, ooh, love it. So yeah, I know I'm all over the place. I totally get that, but whatever. That's me. That's where I am. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you so much for watching and sticking with me. I'm sorry, I know it took me forever to basically say I had a cancer scare, but I don't have cancer. But that's how, that's me. That's where my crazy mind is lately. I am all over the place. Well, not lately, just forever. I'm all over the place. And that's what makes me me. And so I hope that, that you like that that's okay with you. I mean, if you're still watching my channel, then it has to be because, that's okay with you. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little spread here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't already, please, please, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't. You can find me on Instagram. I've got all of the links to where you can find me below. I'm always on Instagram. I'm always posting on Instagram, and I've also got really, interesting Instagram dedicated to my dogs. So check that out too. And as always, 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 go out and do something or make something that makes you happy and brings you joy in your life. And I will see you again in the very next video. Bye, y'all.